Are you satisfied? Happy? Miserable? Are you looking for love in all the wrong places? It's time for the Michele Hughes Show, where we keep it real. Tune in daily and join our controversial topics as we talk about singles, sex, and men and women's issues. And now, the queen of relationships on the Michele Hughes Show, always keeping it real. Your host, Michele Hughes.
Because we have a show that's just for you. Are you free to love yourself? Yes, singles. Are you free to love yourself? That's the topic tonight. I want you to go tell a friend that the Michele Hughes is on. And yes, we are here to help you understand who you are as a single. Well, singles, tonight we are going to be talking about, are you free to love? And yes, tonight we're talking about to love yourself. I don't think we understand the ability that we have to love yourself. And I believe that as we learn to love ourselves, that we will equally be able to love someone else. It's hard to love when you don't know how to love. And I think if we just take these 8 questions, I'm going to give you 8 questions, singles, that you should ask yourself. Why should I love myself? Why should I love myself? I'm going to give you 8 questions to ask yourself. I want you to think deep and hard. I want you to breathe in and breathe out. That's right. Breathe in. That's right. Hear that drum? Oh yeah, that drum is telling you what to do tonight. I want you to breathe in and breathe out and understand how important you are. And God made you in His image. And if we can just get a concept of who we are in God, then we will have a better understanding on how we should be as an individual, so that when we hook up with that special person, it won't be any problems when it comes to you understanding how to love them. And I'm going to start off with the love chapter. Y'all know about that love chapter? Man, if we get some understanding about that love chapter and begin to read it day in and day out and get it inside of you, you will have no trouble with loving yourself, because He's teaching us how to love through His love chapter. That's what I call 1 Corinthians 13. That's the love chapter. We have to begin to orchestrate some time to spend with God. And when we begin to spend that quality time with Him and let Him begin to breathe on us through His Word, we will begin to understand what He's trying to teach us, who He is, and now He can work inside of us because we understand who He is. He is nothing but love. Well, let's go to 1 Corinthians 13 and 4. It says here, charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doeth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. See, when we understand that charity is love, then you will learn to say, I don't have to envy anyone. I don't have to envy my brother or my sister, because God has uniquely made me in His image. And because of that, He's teaching you how to love yourself. And when you can understand that with everything within you, how to love, how to treat yourself, how to be kind to yourself. Stop thinking about all those things that other people said you are or they think you're not. Begin to say what you believe in your spirit you are. God will put those things in you. We have giftings. You have gifts and talents, and oh my God, you have so many things that God has gifted you with, and He wants you to use it to His glory. Not to get puffed up with pride. No, He wants you to use it to His glory, so that when you understand what His glory means, that His Spirit resides in you, that He'll teach you everything you need to be that single person that knows how to give and doesn't glory in other people's mischiefs. Something doesn't go well with someone. You're not happy because something's not going well for your brother or your sister. No way. You learn how to be kind. You don't sit up and vaunt yourself and, want people to envy you because, look at me. I'm so great. Look at all the things I'm doing in life. And that's great. But that's a line between feeling good about yourself and really vaunting yourself in a way that's not good. That's pride. And so you don't have to do that. When you learn how to equally love yourself the way Christ is telling you to love yourself through God's word, what we just read, then you'll learn how to love yourself, and you don't have to think bad of anyone. As I said, nothing's going to bother you. And when it does, you can go to Him and say, Father, I need your help in this area. I'm kind of losing it. They're making me mad. I'm getting angry, or what have you. Whatever the situation may be, He'll begin to give you the things that you need to help you to feel good about you. And I believe that's a good thing. Yes, it is. Come on, let's cheer some cheering. I don't hear enough cheering going on. That's right. Yeah, give me some. Come on, go. Wow, wow. Yeah. See, when we learn how to understand how to cheer for those who are doing good in life, and then those who maybe not doing so good, do we try to encourage them, give them a word of encouragement if you see someone doing something good? Or are you just so envious you won't even call them up and say, oh, I think you did a great job, or oh, you're doing so well with your album, or the music that you just did was just outstanding, or oh, I heard you speak the other day and you did such a great job when you spoke to those young people, whatever the case may be? Or do you hold back because you don't know how to love? And I believe that's the key to us having a good Christian walk. If we don't learn nothing else, we have to really, tighten up on our love walk. Because our love walk in many areas of our lives is not tight. Especially those who say, we love God. I love the Lord. I love the Lord with everything within me. And then you treating your brother or your sister as if that they don't matter. No, something's wrong with that. And so that's where we have to understand the importance of truly walking in love and showing your love, showing that Christ likeness that God wants us to show to our sisters and to our brothers. Singles, you are free to love. This is your quality time. This is your time to learn to read 1 Corinthians. Okay, that should be the book that you live by. This should be a book that you say, I'm going to learn this book and I'm going to live by this book. And this is going to be the values that I have throughout life. This is going to teach me about values. And I have a little thing that I want to give you that I believe, I say this is our value concept. The value concept is this. It's when you value everyone as being God's child. It doesn't matter how they treat you, but how you treat them. And I give you some acronyms, and I say V is value you as Christ's child. A is the ability to show you love. L, love is the highest calling on my life. U is understanding you are important. And E is excellence, is showing you salvation. When you could go through the world and show people, and because you're showing them, not just saying how you get saved, but you show them through how you live each and every day of your life. You are a living epistle of who Christ is, that why he went to the cross and he died for our sins. He was not a sinner, but he died for you, single. He died for you. Everything that you are struggling with today, he died for that. And so if you feel insignificant, if you feel like, oh, woe is me, no one loves me, I'm all by myself, this is why you have to master 1 Corinthians 13. Let the love chapter be what you live by. That should be something that is a priority or a prerequisite to you once you get saved, is that you must learn 1 Corinthians 13. And if we take the love chapter and read it before you go to bed, read it when you get up in the morning, I guarantee you'll begin to have those values that I just spoke, those value concepts. That value, the values that you'll live by each and every day of your life. And then singles, then this is how we will describe you. Once you learn those values and how to live according to the scriptures and learning the love chapter, it will become a part of you. And then you'll say S is single and joyful. I is interested in living the abundant life. N, need to love others. G, giving unconditionally. L, loving from the heart. E, eager to have a great relationship that leads to marriage. Oh yes, that's the 1 Corinthians. That's the 1 Corinthians 13 lifestyle for the single. It's for you to understand who you are as a Christian and as a person who will value being single. And yeah, I'm talking a little spiritual tonight because I understand what it is to live as a single and to live as a Christian. And I thank God for what he did in my life, how he took me out of the world and brought me into his loving kindness that never changes. Oh, people may change on you. People may leave you. But I tell you, he's always been consistent with his love. He never changes. So you may have all the inconsistencies in people, your employer, maybe the minister, the pastor, the bishop, whoever, your family members. But I guarantee you, if you put your life in him, he will hold you. He will keep you. He will let you know that no matter what is happening in the world, he will never forsake you. He will never leave you, nor will he forsake you. So single, are you free? Are you free to love? Do you know how to love? Okay, as a single, this is the time to ask God, I need to know what it is to love. And I'm giving you some characteristics. I'm giving you some challenges to challenge yourself, to renew your mind onto the value concept. You need to go back and listen to the replay and get that into your spirit until you begin to say, oh, I get it, Michele. I get it. Now I'm going to give you 8 questions singles should ask yourself why you should love yourself. 1 is, what are the privileges in being single? 2, do you take advantage of your freedom as a single? And what that means is that you're free. You're free to do whatever you want. And God he doesn't go against our will. So if you decide that you don't want to live for God, He's not going to go against your will. He's not going to do that. But he'll send people to you. And he'll send people to nudge you and let you know you need to get back where you need to be. You off kilter here. You're not doing what the Bible tells you to do. You need to get back on the straight and narrow here, because there's peace. Oh, there, yes, there's peace there. Oh, yeah, there's peace there. Well, listen, I'm going to give you the rest. I'm going to go to a break. I'm going to come back, and I guarantee you, when you leave today, you're going to have a better understanding what it is to truly love yourself as a single.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back as we deal with more heart-to-heart issues. This is the Queen of Relationships on the Michele Hughes Show, where we keep it real. Stay with us on the Michele Hughes Show.
Yes, you're listening to the Michele Hughes Show. And yeah, we want you to get these 8 questions that singles should ask yourself why you should love yourself. And now I think we're on number 3. What does being a single mean to you? What does it mean to you, being a single? Have you asked yourself, okay, does it mean just, oh, I can do what I want, I can do this, I can do that, whatever it is that you want to do? Have you ever asked yourself, what should I be doing with my singlehood? What, maybe I should go back to school, or maybe I should do whatever it is that God's putting in your heart to do. But you're not living unto yourself alone as a single, especially you who say you love God. You have him to answer to. And so if you understand the importance of singleness means that you're married to him until that husband comes to you, or that wife comes. That you're married to him. You are in a relationship with him. And so if you look at it that way, you are never alone. So you can't see yourself as just being single, because he's there. He's orchestrating your life if you allow him to. Okay, number 4 is, what don't we take advantage of as a single? What is it that you're not taking advantage of? What is it that he's trying to tell you to do right now? Because he's always nudging at us to go a little higher, to do this, to do that. He's trying. He doesn't want you just to be standing still. You're never standing still. And so if you want to stand still, you can stand still, but you're either going backwards or you're going forward. And you should choose this day to go forward. Number 5 is, how do you describe your singleness? How do you describe your singleness? Or do you see your singleness as just being drab because maybe you may not have someone in your life, and so, oh, woe is me, I don't have a man, I don't have a lady in my life, so therefore I feel as if I'm nobody until that man comes. People in the world will make you feel like that. They'll make you feel like you're no one until you get married. Don't fall for that hype. Don't fall for that hype. Because so many of them are getting married, and as soon as they get married, the next thing you see them going to the divorce court. Because they have not done what we're trying to teach you today. Get the value concept. You want me to go over that value concept again? Let me give it to you one more time so you'll understand. The value concept is what? You value everyone as being God's child. So we don't look at people, oh, you're not important, you're insignificant, oh this, oh that. If we stop putting people in these little boxes and enjoy life, maybe someone you're missing, maybe someone you should be helping or doing something for, but you're looking over them because they're insignificant to you. It doesn't matter how they treat you, but how you treat them. That's the value concept. That's my concept. That's the Michele Hughes concept. That's what I came up with. And I gave you the acronyms for that. And so I'm just telling you, we have to begin to understand what it is to be a single person. And if I could just tell you, oh my God, I don't think I could have stayed single as long as I've been single if I did not have God on my side, helping me. I was telling him that today. I prayed to him today. I was just telling him, thank you. Thank you for everything that you do in my life. Thank you for taking people out of my life and bringing good people into my life. I'm always thanking and celebrating him for the things that he does for me. And even when I was talking to a friend today, and I was telling him, even through the pain, God is teaching you things. He's teaching you things even through the pain that you may experience. So if we can get back and begin to say, Lord, what are you trying to teach me through this? I don't understand why I'm going through some of these hardships that I'm experiencing. But if you can go back and say, God, what are you trying? What's the lesson? Oh, I learned that early on. When you're going through your tests, singles, ask God, what you trying to teach me? So you won't stay in there long. And then you get the answer. Now you've learned a lesson. And so that's something I've had to learn. Lord, what you trying to teach me through this test? I don't want to relive this test again. Because what happens, some of you are reliving over and over again. You're trying to figure out, it's like I keep in the same space. Why is it I keep going around the same bush? And it seems like I can't get around it. It's like I'm going through it, but I can't get around it. It's because you're not asking God what it is he's trying to teach you. Well, number 6 is, what do you love about being single? What do you love about being single? Okay? Have you figured that one out? What do you love about being single? And number 7 is, what don't you enjoy about being single? Because on the same hand, you may love things about being single just as well as that you don't enjoy being single for whatever reason. Maybe you're divorced. And now you're saying, well, Michele, I didn't ask to be single. I'm single by default. And so maybe that's you. Maybe you're single because you're a widow now. And so you didn't ask to be single, but now you're single because your spouse died. And so now you are single again. And so I'm teaching you something tonight. Appreciate where you are. If you can learn to appreciate wherever state you're in, appreciate that. Go to God and ask him, teach me how to appreciate that state that I'm in. And he's going to tell you, child, get into my word. And as you get into my word, I'm going to teach you how to understand how to love yourself. And he is going to teach you that through 1 Corinthians. If you learn how to love yourself through this, no matter what is going on, you're going to love the unlovely. You're going to love yourself first. And when you can love yourself first, I just believe that's the key to every situation that we're going through. And if you go and read 1 Corinthians 13, I'm telling you, people, read that book. It is going to just give you a newness of understanding your singlehood and why you're single. If you're not single, but for anything else, to learn how to love others, that would be your task that I would give you for the end of this year is learning. Take what they say, 21 days makes a habit. If you can just take 21 days and begin to get into First Corinthians and really absorb those things in that book and let it begin to get into your spirit, you will begin to see a newness in your conscious level. You won't treat people in a mean way. You won't, just talk to people any old kind of way. Because you would say, I wouldn't want anyone to disrespect me. So why are you disrespecting other people? You have to learn how to love. And who's going to teach you? 1 Corinthians 13. You learn that book, you'll hit yourself and whoop yourself. You pat yourself and say, oh, Lord, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to treat that person that way. It's hard to mistreat people after you've learned the concept of 1 Corinthians 13. You learn that, I guarantee you, life would be a lot different for you. Well, number 8 is, why do we think being married is more important than being single? How can you jump the cart, want to be married, and you haven't even tackled and understood your singlehood? I believe once you learn what it is to be single, then God can send that person in your life. And I'm going to ask you some other questions. Do you feel guilty about doing special things for yourself? How do you appreciate your talents, your giftings, and your attributes? Is it wrong to admire what you do? Should you become arrogant, or is there a difference in admiring your talents? I would say there is a difference in understanding God has gifted you and making everyone feel as if they should worship you because of your talents and abilities. God did not ever tell people to look at your giftings, to look at how smart you are or what you are good at, and now you want them to worship you because of the giftings that God has given you. I would say emphatically no. You see, there is a fine line in pride and arrogance and being boastful and being grateful and appreciative and thankful for your gifts, talents, to be able to bless someone or being a gift through maybe a song or music or the spoken word as I'm giving you tonight. We have to understand how powerful you become when you learn the ability to touch others through your ability to love them. And we express it through our words, our skills, and our giftings. God has given us all individually ways to touch those around us. It is up to you how you choose to use your talents. We always have to remember, if you are a performer, an actor, or actress, or you're single, you might be a teacher, a plumber, a construction worker, you can master your giftings wherever you take your body by how you relate to others. We must all master the ability to love. Oh man, if we could just get that in our spirit. Because you know why? God commands us to love in 1 Corinthians 13. This is the love chapter. We need to master this book in our everyday life. Once you master this book, it doesn't matter your vocation in life, because whatever it is, wherever you go, you will spread the love of Jesus to every person you meet in life. There are never insignificant people. Every person is important because what? They were allowed to be born. We have to love according to what? As I gave you early, the value concept. I'm going to give you that value concept again. Is what? Is when you value everyone as being God's child. It doesn't matter how they treat you, but how you treat them. I'm going to give you those acronyms again. We're going to go over a little bit tonight. But V is value you as Christ's child. A, the ability to show you love. And L, love is the highest calling on my life. U, understanding you are important. And E, excellence is showing you salvation. People, I just want to say it is a joy understanding how to love. And when we love, the way Christ wants us to love our brothers and sisters. There'll never be any envy or jealousy in your spirit, because you will have conquered how to love as a single. Read 1 Corinthians 13, and I guarantee you, you'll never again have envy or jealousy for your brother or sister. What do we do here? We keep it real.
Thanks for tuning in to the Michele Hughes Show. Join us daily for more hot topics with the Queen of Relationships. Always keeping it real. See you tomorrow on the Michele Hughes Show.